First things first, let's remove it from my car. A little bit of a backstory on this piece right here. Me and my sister actually work really close to each other. We work in vacant apartment complexes, and so this little side table was left behind. She sent me a picture, and then I came to pick it up. It was in relatively good condition besides a little mark on the top, but I did think it needed a little bit of a makeover. So the first thing I did was spray it with some bug killer. We don't want any little critters getting in our house. And I'm gonna do this with any single piece of furniture I get, even if it comes from a very clean, nice house. It is just preventative. And next, I'm gonna spray down the whole piece with Crud Cutter. I finally bought some. I've been out for months. I've just been using water and soap, but I finally got some more. Another thing I've been doing, instead of just throwing them out, I've been cutting up my old t-shirts and tank tops and using them as rags, so I haven't had to buy any in a while, so that's been nice. And I also found these knobs right here inside the drawer of this nightstand. I thought they were super cute, so I'll definitely be using them in a future project. So if we head around the back of this piece, you can tell right away that the top is not complete solid wood. There is a thin piece of wood on top of that particle board, so you have to be very careful when sanding if we were gonna leave this piece natural wood. I also removed both of the legs on this piece. I was originally planning to replace them, but I did end up keeping them. The next step I did, because I was going to be painting the majority of this piece, was give it a good scuff sand using a 220 grit sandpaper. I've recently been straining my primer before using it, and it just goes on so much smoother. I think I'm going to continue to do this, especially with older primer that sits there for a while. And so that's what I did, and I am priming the edge of these drawers, and I'm going to leave the face of the drawers natural wood. Because I'm painting this piece in sections, I only wanted to use one brush for primer, so I chose my round zebra brush, though if you're going to be doing this, I would definitely recommend an edge brush. This is the color that I chose by Melange paints. It's a really deep, rich, like greenish blue color. I thought it was really cute. I did one of my first flips in a color similar to this, and I've been wanting to do another one, so I thought this little side table would be the perfect candidate. I will say, if you're planning to paint a color like this or similar to this, definitely be prepared to do at least 2 coats of paint. I did around 3.5 for the coverage that I wanted. I did 3 full coats and then some touch-up spots on the 4th. So while I waited for the first coat of paint to dry on the drawers, I went ahead and primed the base. I forgot to record it, but I did want to mention that I did sand after priming, and I am going to be sanding in between each coat of paint. I will say it does make a pretty noticeable difference. I've done pieces where I didn't sand in between, and I've done pieces where I have, and just the finish is always gonna look so much better if you're sanding in between each coat. So while I waited for the paint to dry on the base, I went in and sealed the drawers. And whatever piece I'm working on, I'm always going to be doing 2 coats of sealer minimum. After that all dried, I added the new hardware. I recommend doing this with darker pieces, is just blending a little bit of the paint with the poly. One of the last steps I did was add a little bit of furniture wax to the drawer slides, and then I recently saw another furniture flipper do this, and it was put wax over your poly top coat, and I thought it made the color and the finish pop even more, so I think I'm gonna start regularly doing this. After it all dried, I added back the drawers, and here's just a little bit of reminder. Here's the piece before, and here was after. Let me know what you guys think. Please like this video, leave a comment, and stay tuned for my next furniture flip.